This is the Dealing with Challenging Personalities video, Ryan Madison, EDU 526. The facts of this scenario are you have a challenging personality, which is a must-win CP. The parent wants to discuss the football coach and the program with the athletic director, and he's obviously angry. He says things like he's friends with the president of the board, and a lot of parents complain about the program. He discusses the fact that they don't win, and he's keeping kids from getting scholarships. He's not enthusiastic, etc. He talks about sportsmanship and character building, and I felt like the athletic director answers his questions appropriately and calmly, stays in adult mode throughout the situation, asks questions where appropriate, and basically helps to diffuse the situation somewhat. When looking at our textbook, there are some behaviors this CP demonstrates, such as being dominant, critical, rigid, argumentative, distant, and stubborn. Though he doesn't say it, you can kind of hear him saying, I have coached like at the youth level, and I know what I'm talking about. He mentions about winning, but he keeps bringing up scholarships. And sometimes as an AD, you have to understand that what the person's saying may not be exactly what the person means. So how to handle this type of challenging personality? First of all, you need to stay in adult mode. Allow for venting, expression of frustration, etc. The old saying, kill them with kindness. If you don't get upset, it will help diffuse the situation. Keep your cool. Maintain a calm and focused facial expression or facial countenance. According to basketballcoach.com, body language is hugely important in these situations when talking to parents. Again, with that, show that you are listening. If you have your hands over your head and you're looking away, it's only going to make the parent more angry. Shift the focus to more logical and rational parts of the brain. I think the AD does that in this situation by asking questions which are a little more open-ended. Also, focus on the child. I like how the AD talks about the percentage of people who actually get scholarships versus the importance of character building, which can help this child throughout their life. Rosemary Young from Education World says, I try to be more positive around this type of individual. I listen to concerns and problems, but I don't allow the conversation to be dominated by negative thoughts. Also, asking open-ended questions, as I mentioned earlier, might enable the person to see more positive solutions to the situation. In order to address this scenario, I first would say that I feel that the athletic director in this situation did exactly what they should do. When I read the scenario, I was surprised at how calm and cool the athletic director stayed when it was obvious that the parent was basically looking for a fight or an argument. They stayed calm. They asked questions. They did let the parent vent, which is important. When the parents come in, how often does a parent come in to talk to the coach or athletic director and they're not angry? But the athletic director understood that, stayed in what we call adult mode, and allowed the conversation to go on without it becoming out of control. The next thing I would do as the athletic director is to contact the principal and football coach and let them know about the situation. I would sit down with the football coach and discuss some of the concerns and get down some information in writing that contradicts what the parent was saying. I would also always keep a detailed summary of this situation, of any situation when a parent comes in, what was said, what the problems were, and keep a record of every meeting. And I think that's important when you're going to talk about keeping a coach and there's some questions there, that you keep detailed information. If the football coach wanted, I would schedule a meeting with the parent, the player, the coach, and myself. However, if any other concerns came up, I would make it mandatory that we have this meeting. We sit down with the parent. We have detailed information about what's going on, about how we're motivating students, etc. Also talking about how the coach's philosophy fits in with the mission of the athletic department, which again, we focus more on character building, sportsmanship, etc., because more kids are going to be use that or have value from that than scholarships in college, which is such a low percentage of the kids. Again, I felt like the athletic director in this scenario did a very good job. I learned a lot about staying calm, about listening, about body language, about not inflaming the situation. In the past, I feel like as a coach, I have done that too often. and I feel like I can do a better job of understanding where the parent is coming from, what their personality is, and just doing a good job of listening.